What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo. And today we're going to have a little fun with Ikaris, another character just like Cersei that I haven't played in a Coon's Age because, well, he's just a tier 2 character, right? You know, we know that right now tier 3 characters, awakened characters are really the characters that we use the most because they either need to be tier 3 or awakened to play in World Boss Legend or play in certain story modes. So it just makes characters that much more relevant when they have those things available to them. And it's going to be really awesome to see Ikaris get those bumps, right? Pretty sure he's going to get a tier 3 whenever the update actually shows up. And speaking of the update, we do have a live stream at 7 a.m. in the morning, GMT plus 7 time for me. I will be streaming this on Twitch. The link will be in the description below if you guys want to join me and check that out. But I'm really interested to see how this is going to be. Gemma looking beautiful as ever, and Ikaris looking like some other version of Ikaris from another world compared to the movies, but that's neither here nor there. Now, this is a really terrific character. He's actually built very similar to my Cersei, so you can actually kind of see the power level difference between these two characters. Although I do think Ikaris is really more of a PvP character, but right now, because he's just tier 2, he doesn't perform that well in PvP, except for in AC, right? In Timeline, you're just facing all those other tier 3 characters like Doom and Sentry. I mean, they're just too damn strong, right? They're just way too strong. They have way too high stats. Very hard for Ikaris to deal with. I mean, he's a terrific character in the early game, but whenever you start getting more into in-game PvP, he kind of falls short because he doesn't have a tier 3 or awakened skill available to him. But he does have 29,000 energy attack. He pretty much has max attack stats except for the critical rate. And it's really awesome that he's got the leadership tag, just like Cersei. That is freaking awesome. No Urus, level 60. And the character does have a really amazing kit. I mean, he has the decreased damage received by 30%, which really helps his survivability. He has the incapacitation, silence. He has ignore target dodge rate by 30%. That could come in really handy if he still has this for null. He has damage accumulation based on the damage you deal. He has 5 seconds of immunity. He has 4 seconds of invincibility. He has ignore iframe, another thing that made him really great for PvP. Plus he has paralysis, which is awesome. And then he also has, you know, all defense down, and this is a super long iframe. He also has a amazing heal. Whenever he gets below 99% HP, he just starts healing for 4% recovery max HP. Really terrific heal, and the fact he also gets native super armor. He's just a complete character, along with this leadership that gives 60% increase to all eternal allies. I mean, this is a pretty awesome character. It's going to be real interesting to see what Netmarble does for him whenever they give him his uniform. However, the thing about the character that always kind of sucked is that he has these long cooldowns, right? He's got 9-second cooldown here. He does have a 6.5-second cooldown here, which isn't bad. Actually, that's a nice cooldown. And then his 5th skill actually has a 9-second cooldown. But you want the proc on the 4th skill. Really, what you want is you want to have your accumulation up from the 3. You want to get the residual damage from the 5, because once you start to 5, he'll just keep flying around. You can actually cancel and go into another skill. But it's really difficult because of the long cooldowns. A lot of times the proc actually gets off when you're playing with him. And then he has the stage 6 Power Ranger Hog set. And he does have a critical damage with 110% damage proc. Now, with something that's going to be really nice is right now, currently in the game, this guy doesn't have an artifact. So I am really curious to see if they're going to give the Eternals artifacts in the next update. It wouldn't surprise me one bit. I mean, that is something else that Netmarble can monetize, make some dollars. And we all know they're all about that moolah, my friends. They're all about that moolah. So we'll jump into some World Boss. We'll go against Call, and I'll do my best I can to keep the proc where it belongs, but honestly, it does get off a lot because the cooldowns are so long. And even if the proc's on the 5th skill, it still does decent damage, but it's really the best when you can get it on the 4th skill, really combined with the 5th skill. But we're going to go ahead and use White Fox, and we're going to use her in a leadership role because she's going to bump up Ikaris' all defense down. Now, there's an argument to be made to go ahead and use Ikaris in the leadership, but whenever we do another run in the future, whenever he gets his new uniform, I'll do the exact same team up as this with Nick Fury on the team. So that way the comparison's the same. And then we'll use these strikers right here. Okay, so I wasn't really happy with that run, man. The proc was getting off really bad. So I'm just going to be doing like 3, 4. And this goes straight into the 5. Now, sometimes the 5 actually will trigger the proc because it's such a long skill. So you got to hit that thing immediately after the 3, 4 finishes. Now, the thing that's nice about Ikaris is you can move around the 4, which is pretty cool. And there we go. Go back in here. I mean, the character's got a lot of really great survivability. But it does suck that you can't really incorporate the 5 with the 4. And there he actually did set off the proc again, which is pretty annoying. There we go. Oh man, we missed our proc right there. So now we gotta wait for the 3 to get off cooldown because the accumulation only lasts for 7 seconds. There we go. And hit that 5 immediately. Woo-wee, we took a lot of damage there. I mean, the truth is, if you throw in the second skill also, his survivability goes up big time because that 2 is also a nice long iframe. But because of his heal, you don't really have to worry too much about him dying. There, he set off the proc again, which is pretty damn annoying. Oh, crap. Our proc is off. We're going to wait for the 3-4 again. But as y'all can see, man, his damage is pretty pitiful compared to Cersei. It's not even close. I mean, they're on 2 totally different wavelengths. And it just annoys me that his proc keeps getting set off by the end of that 5th skill. That is just annoying as hell. I mean, so you're really almost better off just to play the character by just, you know, running around going 3-4, 3-4 if you're going to use them in PvE. We're going to set off the proc again, I guarantee it. Oh, we didn't. We got it on the 3-4. Okay, and 3-4. But we're way behind. I mean, you really want to be to the middle of the 11th bar at 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Yeah, I mean, it's honestly pretty disappointing to play with Ikaris after playing with Cersei, which is effed up. You know, that's just screwed up, right? You know, you're playing with a paywall character that doesn't, like, he isn't near as strong as her. Like, on my free-to-play account, he's a god. But on my veteran account, you know, at least compared to her, he's not even close to the amount of damage that she can put out, even with the same team, right? I mean, I wonder if we put him in the leadership, if it would be any better. Let's find out. We'll try to play the same way, see what happens here. Maybe he'll do better. I mean, he's got a 60% increase of all attack leadership. Her debuff bumps him up by 40%. So, I mean, maybe there'll be a difference. Let's see. All right, so 3-4. I mean, I don't know. That looked like it was a little bit more damage. Now, there I didn't have my accumulation up. Trying to play him a little bit different. Oh my God, that was terrible. There we go. That's exactly what we want. And whenever you, well, it really didn't make that big a difference, did it? And it really didn't seem like having that 5 involved on the proc really made that big a difference. So maybe just 3-4. Huh. He definitely does seem to be doing a little bit better, though, with using him in the leadership. That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, he seems to be doing a little bit better. Wow. Okay, there we didn't have our accumulation. Now, this is what I mean. You know, having him long cooldowns on the 3 and the 5 really does make him a little awkward to play. But he definitely seems to be doing better. I could be moving around the 4 skill. Meow. I just love characters that have the movable skills. They're so fun to play. Yeah, I mean, he's doing better for sure. But nothing earth-shattering, I can tell you that. Far from earth-shattering. Whoa, get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. I mean, the thing is, and the truth is, when it comes to Ikaris, he's really built more for PvP, right? He's not really a very good PvE character. He's okay, like again in early game for like the new players. If you get a hold of Ikaris and you just started this game out, he's a god. Like he just plows through world boss. He just does amazing. But on a veteran account, you know, compared to like some other tier 2 characters like Cersei, another Eternal that's free to play, he's pretty pitiful as far as his damage. It's really not that great. But he does have a lot of PvE potential, and he definitely has a lot of PvP potential. I think that's probably more what he's going to be whenever he gets his uniform, but you never know. I mean, Netmarble can change his skills. They could change things about him. I mean, they could take away his ignore iframe. I don't know what they're going to do. I really don't want them to do that. I mean, really, all I want to see for this character is just to be a whole lot stronger than what he is. Just make him stronger. That's it. Just make him stronger. So, I mean, a couple of things that I definitely would like to see for this guy is, one, just drop these cooldowns a little bit. Maybe give him a 10-second accumulation instead of a 7-second, and his accumulation is only 0.6%. Jack that up to 1 to 1.5%. That would be amazing. That would already make him way stronger. Keep the ignore iframe, definitely, man. You know, keep him really solid for PvP. You know, I really would like to see the leader of the Eternals be just a completely well-rounded character, a character that's, you know, someone like Doom, right? That's just good for everything, Sentry. Like, those characters can be good in PvE and PvP, and that's really what I'd like to see for Ikaris. But let me know what you'd all like to see for this character, and I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GMT+7 time. The link is in the description below, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See ya.